I got two. I got two. I got two. Oh, I hope that's a bass. Because he... Oh, there's one. There's one. So we've been fishing. This is like my third cast. It's a tiny one. Is he on there? Oh my gosh, it's so tiny. So I'm out here on the Butler chain, and it's, I always say it's Florida cold, but it's just cold. It was like 33 degrees this morning. My partner, Jason, my partner in CPF Lures, we did a video. We done a couple of videos? Couple of videos. Last one we did, I think, was over down on Fellsmere. This is a giant Butler chain bass. He's down here for the Open, for the Southern Open. I'm not fishing him this year, but it's really cold. And I said, hey, I'm not doing anything today. Let's go to the Butler chain and let's throw some umbrella rigs or some Alabama rigs, whatever you want to call it. So we got the Yum, it's the Flash Mob Junior, I believe. And we're throwing our little 3.3 Ditto in the shad color. Did you get, oh. Got 5 of them on there. There's no rules in Florida. We can put as many as we want on here. But it's the one with the blades, little tiny blades. I like throwing small stuff here because they're eat small bait. So, you know, you see a lot of the Alabama rigs or umbrella rigs with big giant swim baits on there. We could probably get away with that here, but generally they eat small bait here. A lot of little ghost minnows and little schools of shad. So this is our shad colored 3.3 Ditto on a 3/16, just ball head. I like the ball head jigs. A lot of guys will use the swim bait jig heads. They're a lot more aerodynamic, but I like the little ball ones. I feel like it gives a little bit more wobble. I'll get some footage though when I put my camera on me of what this looks like in the water, but we're just slow rolling it. And that was a very tiny fish. Hopefully we'll catch 40 or 50 of these things today. I noticed that last time I was out here doing this, throwing an umbrella rig or Alabama rig, that sometimes when you hook one, you can just stop reeling and just kind of keep the line tight and another one will come and hit it because they're chasing this bait down in schools. So we'll see how it goes today. The water is 57 degrees. That's pretty impressive.
That's kind of high for it.
Yeah, I'm sure down on Toho and the Kissimmee chain is probably pretty darn cold.
53 yesterday.
53?
Yeah.
Those lakes there turn over a lot quicker here. We're in deeper water. So stay tuned, we'll see how many fish we can catch. Got him?
Yeah. I paused that time, let him hit it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
A little bit better than what I caught?
It feels better, yeah.
I can actually see them.
A little bit better, but not bad.
A little bit better.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see how many tiny bass we can catch on an Alabama rig. I don't know what to call it anymore. Alabama rig, umbrella rig, Florida rig. No, not a Florida rig. That's 2. We've been fishing for 10 minutes. We have 2 fish with a total weight of 9.5 ounces. Oh, I just got hit. There's a bunch of birds chasing bait around in here. So it's almost too many birds. Might have the fish all freaked out. The trick is going to be finding bigger fish, which has been hard to do on the Butler chain the last several years. We used to catch a lot of big fish here, but they've been few and far between the last 3 or 4 years for some reason. Oh my gosh, they're schooling all over the place.
Yeah, they're killing it. Go away, bird.
I think I can get in there. They're really thrown an Alabama rig into actively schooling fish. Probably just spooked the whole. Oh!
Got him.
No! Oh! Oh! There he is. I'm gonna try my trick and slow down. Oh! I think I just got another one. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it bump.
I think I got 2. I could be wrong.
Double on one rod.
No, it's just one. Man, I thought for sure I had another one. It's not a bad fish.
There he is.
Well, see, we got a double. Just took 2 rods to do it. That's fun. One thing you got to be careful about on an Alabama rig is that there's only one hook in his mouth. Oh, that's not a bad one. Would you hook him in the top of the head? umbrella, what do you guys call it? Alabama rig, umbrella rig. I'm kind of old school, so I learned it as a, that's not a bad fish.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's got, his is bigger, so.
Yeah, I gotta show off.
Gotta show off. Again, we're using that 3.3 Ditto.
I think that was the one that chased, hit your bait the second time.
Yeah, I definitely had, I had missed like 3 fish.
Yeah.
We really have this rigged up just simple. We're throwing it on our 45-pound braid, our 9X braid, straight to the hook. You don't need to throw fluorocarbon out here. If you think you need to throw fluorocarbon out here, you're misled, because this is like, you know, thick wire, a big old head. Don't think that this needs to be invisible. So we have braid straight to the umbrella rig there. 3/16 ounce, just basic shaky head jig heads. Round ball, light wire hook, and this is our shad color. Probably hit another one. Sometimes, like when I've been out of state throwing these in other places when we were allowed to use them in the bigger tournaments, I'd always put a different color one in the middle. Sometimes it hit that. I don't think it matters though. This is not the easiest bait to fish with though. Let school go. They've been all over there. For them to be right here, this was new.
Maybe they just got pushed up in here. Maybe they're just running the bait.
Yeah. Oh,
there it is.
There's one. I'm catching all little ones. Oh, he's fighting a little harder now. We have yet to get a double. I've had plenty of doubles throwing Alabama rigs, umbrella rigs, whatever. That was on the middle one without a blade. Tournament, a Bassmasters tournament on, I think it was Smith Lake several years ago. I had 2 doubles one day when I already had a limit. And that math got difficult real quick for some reason, because I had 5 fish in the live well, and I caught 2. So, and both of them were culled, and it just, for some reason, the adrenaline and trying to think, that was the hardest thing to do. I told my co-angler, I said, I have to throw 2 fish back. Can't put 6 fish in the live well.
Right.
And I pulled out the smallest one and threw the biggest one in, and then confused the heck out of myself.
I've done that before.
And I was like, I don't even know, what did I do? Did I do that right?
Yeah.
And then I threw another one back, and I said, all right, I have the 5 biggest, right? He goes, I don't even know. And I go, why is this math so hard? And so it was funny because I was catching them really good.
Right.
And then I stood right back up and threw out and had another double. And I was like, oh my God, this is so difficult. There's one. Feels a little bit better. Just one again. What's wrong with this?
What I enjoy about this A-rig is a freight train.
Yeah, they hit it hard. These are fat little fish. They're eating shad in here. Look, the baits are still good, because they're not completely loaded up with salt and fall apart when they hit the water. Caught 8 fish and we've been fishing 45 minutes?
If that, yeah.
Yeah. When you see schools of shad running around here, it's mostly little minnows that you see nowadays. But when you find shad that they're here,
Yeah.
they're always in schools of about 10 to 15 of them, and they're right on the surface. And they're like this size. I just haven't done that with the.
There's one.
Got them?
Small.
Small?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see on the 360, there's all kinds of bait. Oh, he's not that
That's
small.
not bad.
No.
He was just going at me. I just burned it on the surface.
Oh, you were burning it, huh?
Just like you said, yeah.
Well, there's a new technique. Oh, that was our biggest one. That was like 7 pounds. I hope the camera didn't pick it up, because it was actually like 2.5.
Yeah.
So that one, you were burning it when I
just right at the top. As soon as you hit the water, start reeling it in, burn it on the surface.
See if I'll come and do that again. Wear myself out if that's
I gotta stop boat flipping them, because like I'm not gonna do that in a tournament.
No.
You know, if I'm
You
on.
could end up with an Alabama rig all up in your face.
Yeah. Right, there's one.
Got him?
Back and got it. Yep.
All right, so we've moved to a new spot now. We got tired of catching fish in that one spot. Now we're out on the big lake on Butler, and I'm in a 20-foot hole. Because a lot of times out here on this lake, these fish will suspend in this deep water. And what we're really looking for is to get bigger fish. But nope. Same size. I do see some schools of bait here on the 360. That right there, if you can see that, that's a school of bait. Watch when the bar comes back around. Oh, we're moving a little bit too. So it's repositioned it. That's a school of bait though. And we're out here in just a big pothole trying to find some of these big fish that have been elusive for a few years. I think we've caught 10 or 11 now though. They love this Alabama rig or umbrella rig when summertime when they're active on bait and wintertime when they're suspended here. Is that another fish or grass?
Grass.
Might be grass because we're kind of up on the edge of it. It's all grass out here. It's actually real shallow out off this hole. It's only like 5 feet deep, but we're sitting in 16, 17 feet of water still. Oh, 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 eat it. Oh, there he is. Thing hit it. I don't know if it's the same fish hitting it over and over again. There's no fish. The water's real clear. Oh, I got two. I got two. I got two.
Uh-oh.
I got two. A double.
Yeah, did it.
Got my double.
Yeah.
Or as my British customers call that, a Barney Rubble. Double. Got two. They're not big. I don't care. Fishing an Alabama rig is super fun. These jig heads I have on here are not that great. They're just, but I like them because they're light. They don't have huge barbs on them. I'm not fishing a tournament. I don't care if we lose fish. But it's not hurting the fish too bad. A double! The total's 3 pounds. But it's a double. Those were up on a flat over some grass. It was probably a whole school of them because I got so many bites. I was just, then I got two. We're gonna have to get 5 of them though to get a 5-pounder.
Yeah.
I still need to get 3. I don't think I've ever, that I can remember, put 3 in the boat at once. Had them on the hook, just never had 3. It's gonna happen. Again, we just have that Flash Mob Junior with 3 16-ounce non-painted shaky head jig heads, little light wire deal, and our 3.3 dittos in the shad color. Look really good coming through the water. Let me see if I can get some footage of that. Should have done that earlier because you could really see it. Now we got all kinds of shadows and stuff. Ooh. Again, so we caught about a dozen fish so far. We haven't had our bait slide down yet. Still I'm using my original 5 dittos. He's using his original 5. I only brought 3 packs of them, so it's just a better quality plastic. Not loaded down with salt. Salt actually makes these baits brittle. Makes them almost too soft. They do have some salt in them, but they're not overloaded with it. They're also not so tough of a plastic that the tails don't move. That's also very important. Got them?
Yep.
Oh, there you go. Oh, do you have 2?
2. Looks like 2. I can't see
Wasn't
very
it?
well.
Oh no,
One.
you're just catching bigger ones. I'm catching all these little babies up here. That's not a big one, but you've been catching bigger ones. We're kind of whacking them.
This is a good day.
I mean, it's 10:30 in the morning. We didn't start right at daylight either. We started at like 8:30ish. So we've been out here for 2 hours and we've caught 13, 14. Yeah. Not bad. I mean, we're not smoking them, but it's cold out.
Considering the conditions.
Yeah. High pressure system, very little wind. We're not catching any big fish, but we're catching them. And our dittos are holding up. I got some chewed up ones. I still haven't had to push any of them back up on there. We need to get some big fish to come up and wreck these things though.
Yeah.
I know the umbrella rig or Alabama rig, a lot of people have opinions on them, that it's cheating, this and that. But we're out here, regardless of what you're allowed to do with them or not in certain states and in certain tournaments. It's a fun bait to fish, and oh, some following it. There was a fish following, he turned away. It's a fun bait to fish, but it's not just as simple as putting jig heads on and a bunch of big swim baits. You have to, I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. You know, how fast do you retrieve it? We're letting them sink down sometimes. He caught that, the biggest one he caught was burning it. Most of them we're catching them down under the water. I'm pausing mine every once in a while. A lot of guys will use big swim jig heads and big old swim baits like that. But we're trying to kind of match the hatch. I'm not throwing them on a big flipping stick. I have a Omen Black 13 fishing rod. It's a 7'4" heavy action. And I have 45-pound 9X braid on here with a 6/8 to 1 reel, because I'm doing a slow retrieve. And yeah, you don't need a big giant flipping stick to throw this kind. I've always caught them better kind of downsizing my rig as opposed to throwing big giant baits on it. But it depends on what lake you're on, what part of the country, and what the fish are eating. Here they're eating little tiny baits. There you go. That one loaded up on it, didn't it?
Yeah.
You were just reeling it, weren't you?
I was kind of trying to go to the bottom. I was trying to find the grass and bounce it off the grass.
These are some big fish spots. Hopefully we can get a big fish out of one of them.
It looks good. It could be just sideways.
Just another one. Thought it was a crappie for a second. Just the way it was pinned open. Still catching them. We've literally caught fish in every spot except for one spot we've stopped on. Nothing big. He did have that one on that was a big football, good 4-pounder, which still isn't big, but we've got to be getting up around, not all these fish that we've caught are going to be in video, but we've got to be getting up around the 20 mark, and it's just now noon. We fished in like 4 hours. Just a bunch of different retrieves. Stop and go, letting it sink down. He caught that other one, that one burning it across the surface. So they're eating. They're actually, last trip I did out here, we fished with live bait, and we're actually catching them better on the umbrella rig than we did on live bait.
Is he running with it? Oh. Let it go. You did more on the umbrella?
Yeah, we're getting more bites. We're getting more activity on this than we did on live bait. It does happen sometimes. Here, all I really fished on oh,
Ooh, that one's cool.
I hope that's a bass, because that's got to be a good one if it's a bass. He pulled drag out when he hit it. See how he stopped it? Oh, he's foul. He's tail hooked.
Wow.
God, I thought I had a good one. You wonder how many fish are coming up and swiping these things and just not even look at this. Wonder how many fish are swiping these things and just not even getting a hook in them. Because did you see when that fish hit?
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like it's warm out now. It's warm. It started out at 37 degrees this morning, and it's got to be in the upper 60s.
Water's 58 degrees.
Yeah, water's 58 degrees. But now, when I touch these fish, it feels like they're coming out of a refrigerator. Got him?
He's still on. Yep.
Yeah, we're just running into schools of them.
Oh, he was side hooked.
That fish hit so hard though.
Yeah.
God. Here we're casting into the middle of, we're sitting in 11, 12 feet of water and casting into about 18 feet. We were getting ready to head in. We only fished like 5 hours a day and caught well, and I don't think we got to 30. Did we?
Close.
We probably could have if we'd have stayed on fish, but I really haven't like we got into a cluster of fish back there and we just fished our way through them. We didn't fish them till they stopped biting. We're just kind of looking for bigger fish. We didn't catch any bigger fish. He had one on about 4 pounds from what it looked like a big old football, and it came off. We had some decent fish though, but again, just have our 45-pound 9X braid. I don't even know if you need 45. You could probably get away with 30, but we have 45 on. Throwing them on 7'4" heavy action rods from 13, medium retrieve reels, and this is just that young, the Flash Mob Junior, little, not the hammered blades, just those little tiny chrome blades. 3/16 ounce ball head jig, little wire hook with our 3.3 ditto and that shad color. That shad color is just perfect for out here, because when you see the little minnows and stuff swim around, I mean, talk about matching the hatch. That's matching the hatch great right there. We caught a pile of fish and some not really, these warming days right after it being really cold. In Florida, for it to warm up real quick like this, you have to have no wind, and this is a very intrusive bait, and we had to change our techniques a little bit throughout the morning. We started out just throwing, like just reeling them in, and they were hitting them. The fish were real active and they were coming up schooling, but as the sun's gotten higher, they've become a little bit more skeptical of it, and we started catching a lot more of them, just basically letting it fall. And when you feel a lot of short strikes, we're hooking some fish in the tail, but under some tough conditions, let's put them in the boat today. I would imagine if we were out here for 8 hours a day, we would have caught 40 or 50, because they really haven't stopped biting.
Easy.
We're just hitting a whole bunch of places, catching them, trying to get some bigger fish. Our best 5 today, we're probably in that 13 to 14 pound range, which if you fish tournaments on the Butler chain, that'll win some tournaments out here. Some, not all of them, because there's still a lot of big fish out here. But thanks for watching. If you haven't already, I appreciate if you subscribe to my channel, and go check out cpflures.com. Jason's my business partner. He does 85% of the work with the company. So check us out. We're online and in some tackle stores. See you next time.
Bye.
Jason's gonna be in the open, so on the co-angler side. So check out, see where he finishes. If you have to scroll down too far, just stop looking.
I'll be on Bass Track.
Yeah, if you have to hit next,
Yeah.
just stop looking.
You've gone too far.
See ya.